Hello, happy Thursday, everybody. Thanks for joining me today. We're going to be making some shaker cards, which are super fun to make, and we're going to show you a fun, simple version, and then a regular kind of standard shaker card that I think you're going to love. My name is Lori DeGroote from Lorita Marie Crafts, and I'm a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator in Calgary, Alberta, and I'd love to come live on Thursdays to give you tips, techniques, ideas, inspiration for you to take your paper crafting supplies and turn them into beautiful projects. There's lots of fun things happening in the Stampin' Up! World and in the Lorita Marie Crafts world. So this is a fun time of year for crafting. I love all the Christmas things and all the kind of variety of things that we make at Christmas time, and so having a lot of fun. Stampin' Up! Just released some online exclusives, and I just briefly want to mention that because these are things that you're not going to find in a catalog anywhere, but a few times a year they release some new items and put them up on the website. So these are not holiday related. They're all occasion and super fun, and so I encourage you to go take a look. And then I just wanted to remind you that for every order that people place using my current host code over $60, I love to throw in a free card kit. So whatever my current one is at the moment. And my free card kit right now is the ones that I made last week, which were the Merry and Bright gift card holders. So I'm just gonna, so you'll get everything you need to make 2 of each of these. And they're so cute. Did you have fun watching this video last week? It has like all my favorite things, the paper, the trees, the dazzling diamonds, and more dazzle. So these are both gift card holders. They've got little pockets in there. So yeah, I'll send you everything. These are for Canadian residents. I'll send you everything in the mail to make for when you place an order. So that's that. The other thing I want to mention quickly is that my registration is now open for my Make It Merry mini Christmas retreat. So I just call it a retreat because I kind of throw in a bunch of extra stuff that's in the typical card class. And I have 3 great options. So if you're local, come and have fun with us in person. If you can't make it or you live somewhere outside of Calgary, in Canada, you can purchase the retreat in a box. And I put everything in a box, and it's full of goodies for you to make all the projects. And there's a video tutorial that goes with that. And so if you live outside of Canada, you can get the tutorial version only. And then you will get me like this making all the projects for you. And it's something that you have access to forever. And there'll also be a PDF with like the basic dimensions and stuff for you to have as a reference sheet as well. So I'm going to give you a little sneak peek of the projects because I think they're so, so cute. So it's going to be, this is a little sneak of it. It's a pop-up card. And so the surprise is on the inside. So that's the first one. We've got a little box that opens up special. I don't want to like show you too much. Oh, right? It opens up special. And so this cute box would be perfect just as a one-off gift you could make for your Christmas table, for favors, or whatever. So it's so cute. And then we're going to be making a couple little like tags slash like ornaments. So cute, so pretty. I love to share these projects with you, so I hope that you sign up. All the information is on my website right now. So if you go to loritamariecrafts.ca under classes or on my blog, you'll see mini retreat, Make It Merry mini retreat with all the details and how to sign up. So deadline is next Thursday to sign up. All right, now let's get to our crafting projects today. If you have questions about anything, just message me or yeah, send me an email, whatever. And I would love to give you a hand if I can. So today's kind of fun because we're going to be making a Christmas one, and then I'm going to be showing you a sneak peek of some new Stampin' Up! Products that are coming up in the new year. So it's going to be kind of fun. So the first card that we're going to make is a simple shaker card here. And I'm going to be going to my favorite, it's picking up my little light here, the Snowflake Magic Specialty Designer Series paper. So just to refresh your memory, these are just my pieces of it, but these are the 3 patterns you get. So you get this one, this white and silver one, which you can color. I have colored it a few times. And then this awesome one that we're going to use today. And this is what's called a faux shaker card. And it's so easy. I encourage you to get yourself some clear envelopes, and you're going to want to try this out. So I have got a piece of this DSP cut to 5 1/4 by 4. Okay, so just that it fits the whole size of a front of a card. And I'm putting it on a Coastal Cabana card base, which is kind of bright. I thought that it complemented this color really well. If you want to tone it down, you could use Pool Party, similar tone, but just lighter, or white or something like that would look good as well. And then a clear envelope, so you can buy these. And then I'm going to be using something from the annual catalog, the loose silver sequins. So let me just show you how pretty are these. They're so awesome. So that's what we're going to be using today. And you're going to love how easy this is. We're just going to take our paper and we're going to put it into our clear envelope. And we want to tuck it right into the corner so that it's going to fit on the front of the card, right? Because we're going to fold all this over. So just make sure it's nice and tucked into this corner. And then all you're going to do is pour in your sequins. And I would do quite a few so that it like looks like something when you've got it in your card. So that looks pretty good to me. And that's like the hardest part of this card. So you can make a whole bunch of these. And then we're just going to, it's got a little self-adhesive strip on the back. So you're just going to pull that over. And then we're going to fold it right to the edge of the paper. And you'd be amazed how nicely this clear envelope folds. And you can even make it a bit crisper too with your bone folder. And then we've got this other little strip here. I'm going to put it over. So tell me if you guys have made a card like this before. I think I made one a long time ago, but I definitely have not done it recently. Sometimes we see things and we're like, oh, that's fun. And then we kind of forget all about it. So you could secure this with whatever you want, but I'm going to use just Scotch tape. It's just the easiest. So I'm just going to grab a couple pieces of Scotch tape and put that down. And then you just don't want to make it too tight that nothing moves around, which I might have done. And then we can see, isn't that pretty? And then we just want to put this onto the front of our card. So I'm going to put the adhesive on my card front so that it's easier to put on. And I'm going to use my Stampin' Seal just because it's a little stronger. Just remember not to go to the edge, otherwise it's going to show like I just did. Yep. Like I just did. I'm just going to scoot that back in a bit. And then, did I have another step? I did have another step. That's okay, because we're just going to put that aside. I forgot. I want to wrap ribbon around this first. So I'm going to be using, so just going to grab some ribbon. And I'm going to be using this silver sheer ribbon, which I think is out of stock at the moment. But any ribbon that you have that will look good with this, right? So there's like a white organdy one. There is, I don't know, anything silvery or white. The iridescent one would look good too. I think that's still available. So any of those. So we're going to use that. And then I've got a label here that I have cut out with the, what are they called? Labels Aglow dies. So that's in the annual catalog, a returning favorite from last year. And I like it because it's got these holes that I'm going to put my ribbon through there. But first we're going to stamp on it. So I'm just going to stamp Classic Merry Christmas. I'm going to use Pretty Peacock because I like the way it looks with that snowflake paper. And I've got the Brightest Glow stamp set, but any sentiment that you've got will do. I'll just line this up. And stamp it on there. Close it up before we get ink on ourselves. And then we're going to take our ribbon and I'm going to feed it through this hole. And then I'm going to feed it through this one. So I'm going from the front to the back and then back up here. Okay, and then we're going to wrap this around our card front like this and tie a little knot. So I'm just going to cut this off. And then before I put this down, I'm going to put some dimensionals on the back of this sentiment so that it stays put. So we can kind of get it to hold the ribbon in place too. So as many as you feel like you want to put on. We'll just pull those off. And then we're going to line this up kind of to the left here. And then we're just going to tie a knot. Okay. You could tie a bow too, if that's, you want it like that better. And then I'll just trim my tails off. And then that's it. This is like a 5-minute card. Doesn't need extra embellishments, obviously, because it's full of embellishments. So we're going to go back to our card front, which I put the seal plus on. And then we're just going to put this on, just like normal. Fold this up. And you have an easy, super easy shaker card. So that's it. Isn't that fun? If you guys ever want a copy of all the dimensions and stuff, that's like a special gift I give to my email subscribers. You can sign up for my email list, and I do a PDF every week, and you will get one, and it'll have a picture of the card. It'll have the supplies that I used, and it will have the basic dimensions, because you've got this video forever that you can come back and reference for the step-by-step instructions. So that's the first one. And then I just wanted to show you a Christmas tag. So I'm not going to make the tags today live. But I just wanted to show that you could also make tags. So this is one, if you came to my Christmas Stamp-A-Stack, this is what I put on the swag bags. And so this is a bit different. I'm going to show you how to do this with my second card. But this one's puffed up with window sheets and foam adhesive strips. So I'm going to show you how to do that in a second. And I just used the Merriest Trees dies, cut out the tree, and I used those loose holly leaves in there. And I'm hoping those come back in stock. It's supposed to be next week, so let's fingers crossed that they don't sell again super quickly. So that's an idea of some Christmas things. Now I want to show you a sneak peek. You may have seen this kicking around a few people. Just grab. But On Stage, which is Stampin' Up's conference, is coming up this weekend. And if you were a demonstrator, you were able to buy this suite ahead of time. So it's obviously a Valentine suite. And it's got these adorable little bumblebees. And it's got some of my favorite colors in it. Sweet Sorbet, Petal Pink, Pool Party. And then what I really love is the other side. So if you're not into cutesy bumblebees, check out these awesome side of the paper. This is where it's at. So I don't know if the colors are showing up great, but this is Petal Pink. So you've got like honeycomb, stripes, flowers, hearts, plaid, and Daffodil Delight. So cute. There's these cutie gems here, like hearts and flowers, and Sweet Sorbet ribbon. Which is actually really soft. I just opened it today and I was like, ooh, that's so soft. And then here's the stamp set. So Be My Valentine with a coordinating punch to cut out hearts and bees. So this is what we're going to be showing you today. So if you're wondering, how do I get this? I'm not a demonstrator. Just hold tight. You could become a demonstrator if you want, and pre-order for the new catalog will be in December, or stay tuned for January for the January to April mini catalog. All right, let's get to this shaker card. So we've got a few fun things to show you with this one. Let's gather my stuff here. So I've just got a card base. So this is just a regular card base. So 5.5 by 8.5, scored in half at 4 1/4. And this is Petal Pink. If you wanted a brighter card base, Sweet Sorbet would also look really good. And then I've gone ahead and cut a piece of the DSP, these cute little hearts, and I've just cut this to a regular kind of mat size for the front of the card. So it's 4 inches by 5 1/4 inches. And then what we need to do is we need to cut out a hole so that we can create our shaker card, right? So I'm going to use the stylish shape dies, which are a classic. And I'm going to be using the squares. So I want the second largest square here. And we're going to cut it out with the Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine. So let's go ahead and grab that. And we'll just put it there. So you need platform 1, 2, 3. Then you want to put your DSP on, and then we're just going to line up the square kind of centered, but then to the top a bit. And you could use washi tape or masking tape to hold that in place for you. And sometimes when something's straight, I like to put it in my machine at an angle. So let's go ahead and run that through. So I'll show you that. So we could save that for a different project. But you can see we've cut out a little window shape. And now I want to create a frame while I've got my machine out here. So I'm going to grab some Sweet Sorbet cardstock. And then I'm going to use the largest square and then that same second largest square. And then I'm going to set them in. They do have to be lined up for a nice even frame. So this is where you might want to use your masking tape or something to hold that in place. I'm just going to wing it, hope for the best. I just kind of hold it in place until it gets to the machine part there. Okay, so whoops, let's move that out of the way. Okay. So that's how you get a little outline frame, is when you cut two at once there. So we'll save that for later. All right, then go back to your card front piece here, and then we're going to use window sheets. So you can buy window sheets. They come in 12 by 12 sheets. You get 2 in a package, which will last you forever. And we're going to put it on the back here like this. I've cut this to 3 by 3. And I'm going to grab my Seal Plus again. And I'm just going to put adhesive around my square. Just like so. And then put my window sheet right to that. Okay, so now we've got that window sheet in there. Then we need to create a little box to put our sequins and stuff in. So I've got foam adhesive strips. Okay, so it comes with 2 sheets, which is 40 strips. And again, that'll last you. So I'm just gonna, they come in these long skinny strips. So I'm just gonna pull a whole one off here. And then I'm just gonna go around my square. And I'll just grab my paper snips and I'll trim it around. So you don't want to leave an opening because that's how your sequins will sneak out. So make sure you got your edges close together. And then you can save your smaller pieces and put them together later. I'm just going to grab another piece and then put this one here. So now we've created a little box for our sequins. And now let's put our stuff inside. I'm going to use the same gems that I used before. So those loose silver sequins. So I'm just going to put a few in there. That's good. And then I wanted to add a little color to it. So you can make sequins or whatever out of anything you want. So I'm going to use this cute little heart that's in our punch here. And I'm going to grab that Sweet Sorbet cardstock. And I'm going to punch out 3 little hearts. And I'm going to put them in. And then it's just going to add a little hint of color in there. And then, I always say and then. It's hard not to do that. And then, I have cut out the same pattern, but I want to show the B side. So this is what's going to show through the shaker part. And so this is cut to 3 by 3 so that it fits over there. So let's go ahead and peel off the backing of this. And then make sure you got your pattern going the right direction. And then put that on. And voila, we got our shaker part. So cute. I really love it with the hearts in there. I think it really needed that little pop of color. So fun. So now we need to finish off our card, right? So I cut out that frame. So this is just to give some dimension to your little window. So I'm just going to put this on with liquid glue here. It's just the easiest when something is skinny. Let's get that going. And then we're going to create a little bee. So you get a little sneak peek of how the bee comes together. They're so cute. All right. And then also with liquid glue gives you a second to get it just perfect. That looks good. So we can go ahead and put this on the front of our card, like so. And I'm just going to use the foam adhesive strips again. Dimensionals are actually, they're not as thick because I was just going to put dimensionals on, but then I realized they weren't as thick. So it would have been a different height. So I'm just going to go around the whole card here. Oops. Put this on. I know we're not really thinking Valentine's here quite yet. We gotta get through Christmas. But this is just an idea, right? You can tweak this to any products that you have. It would be really cute for a birthday. Obviously, you can use this with Christmas products right now and make a holiday card. Always ways that you can just, you know, what we call paste. Just copy the idea. And then we're going to put this on the front of the card, like so. So fun. And now we need a sentiment and a bee. So I'm just going to grab some basic white paper and grab the stamp set. So we've got the body of the bee, which is like this little oval. We've got the stripes of the bee. So we need those. So I'll just pick those up. Then he's got little antenna and little faces. Look at this. You can make him happy or winking or smiling or just kind of this meh face, which I think is hilarious. So I'm going to do a different one than I did on my sample. So we're going to use this little eyes there. Oh, and then we'll do the wings too. So I'm just going to stamp one thing and punch it out. And I'll do another thing with this bundle later, but if you want, with these little punches here, like this, where you punch out 3 things at once, you can punch out a little template. So I just punched it, and then I can stamp inside my little template, if that makes sense. And then I can go in and it's all lined up to punch all 3 at once. So you can do that if you like, or you can just stamp things one at a time. So that works too. So let's get Daffodil Delight for the body of our bee. Okay, and then we're going to get black for the stripes. And that's good. And then you're going to line it up kind of to the back, the tail, or the little like stinger, not tail, will stick off a little bit. So it is full of polymer. When you're right over it, you can kind of see, so you can line it up. So let's go ahead and punch him out. Yes, there we go. And then I'm going to do wings. And I'm actually going to do my bee standing up like this. So I'm going to do 2 sets of wings. So I need my blocks. So we're just going to clean those off on my chamois. Okay. It was kind of fun to grab some products today that weren't Christmas themed. I've been making Christmas cards for a while, and I was just saying to my sister yesterday, I actually haven't made any of my own Christmas cards yet. So this will be a nice little break, and then I'm going to have to make my own Christmas cards soon here. So we've got these 2 shapes, and I'm going to stamp in Petal Pink. And I'm going to do, I think I'm going to do the outline first. So we're going to stamp the outline in full strength. Then I'm going to grab the solid one, and I'm going to stamp off one time. And then I'm going to put it over like that. I did it the other way when I was making my card, and that's actually harder. To put the lighter image and then try to line up on top. I found it hard to see. So that's one. So outline. And obviously these can be turned into regular hearts. They're not just wings, which is really clever. Good job, Stampin' Up. Multi-purpose, so cute. We'll punch out that one and get it lined up. All right. Oh, he needs a face. He needs a little face. So, like I said, he's going to be straight up and down. So I'm going to put his face like this. There, so cute. And now I'm just going to grab glue dots and put it on the front of the wings, kind of at the bottom, or the point, I guess. And then I'm going to tuck them behind my bee before I put the bee on. So I'm going to put the wings out like this. And then you can stamp antenna and then kind of just tuck it behind like that. I'll show you with my sample here in a second. And we're just going to put this on with Seal Plus. And we'll put him off to the side a bit. And then for a sentiment, I've already gone ahead and done it, but there's a few choices. I like the small one that said "Be Mine," and so I heat embossed it in white on black cardstock and just cut it out to size. And because the card's already really puffy, I just want these flats, so I'm not using any more dimensionals or anything. So we'll just put that on, and then I thought it would be cute to grab a little heart and put it on there. I better not lose this little antenna. And then just fold it in half. And you're all done. And I have, oh, I got a tag. You're going to want to see the tag. So cute. So just use your bone folder then to get your card nice and flat. And then there's our second one. Showing up. So shiny, I can't get it. There we go. So cute. And so if you don't have sequins, you can, like I said, cut up your own little shapes out of paper or glimmer paper and make your own sequins. But that's really fun. So that is the card. And then I made a little tag. And what I put inside of it were these. And I have been dying to use these. Does anybody have these? The daisies. I have always loved daisies. Like always, forever. Favorite flower. You know, the friendliest flower. And so I wanted to use those in my shaker card. So here's the little tag. You're as sweet as honey. With the little honey pot from the DSP that I just cut out, just fussy cut out, and then I put the little daisies inside to go with the daisy paper behind it. Cute! All right, hopefully this gave you some ideas of shaker cards and tags and how you can kind of go all out and make this one, or grab those clear envelopes and make an easy one. So much fun. All right, I'm gonna bring you back up here. Hello. So thank you so much for hanging out with me today. If you took the time to come in and watch the replay later, I always really appreciate that. You can contact me, Larita May Crafts, or message me here if you ever need information. Don't forget about my mini retreat. I would love to share all those projects with you. It's going to be super fun. And I will be back next week where I'm going to be doing my new card class to go. And so I can't wait to share that one with you. So I will see you next week. Have a great weekend, everybody.